Welcome to the Fantasy Football War Council's podcast. Join the gods of war, Jonathan Arneson, and Mario and Daniel Gutierrez as they guide you through the gridiron battlefield. Victory awaits. Let the War Council begin.
Welcome in to the Fantasy Football War Council.
Hey.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, right.
Like it. On there.
Nice. Mario's there. there. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan, and as always, I'm joined by the Brothers Grimm, Daniel and Mario. Gentlemen, let's talk hirings. We got so much. Just
Yes.
it's like it's our Christmas. This is best. It's funny. I had to start making phone calls the other day because we were starting the picking the order for this year's draft because we added the 4 managers. And my first phone call I made to Vince, and it was just like, "Hey, it's that time of the season." He's like, "Yeah, it's off season." I was like, "Yes, it's our off season, but it's the start of our next season, so we are already ready. Let's talk draft." He's like, "Wait, what? Now? Now? Yeah, we need to talk draft." Yeah.
I haven't made a trade in at least 2 months, so I'm.
No, you haven't. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, are you feeling okay?
It's tough, but I'll get through it.
Yeah. Well,
I think there's a few first-round picks in one of our drafts that might fetch a pretty penny for you.
Absolutely.
I know. First overall, I'm thinking about actually shopping it. So we'll see.
Ooh, wow. Knowing that knowledge right now. Knowing that knowledge. Send it out to the universe, everyone. Mario is selling the pick. Oh my goodness, that's dirty. Whew. It's like just stirring the pot early in the season to see what happens. Kicking the hornet's nest and just
I can't get it. I got that itch.
Yeah, you totally do too. You totally do.
Oh,
You're
all sorts of things. I just have to be patient. Just
yeah.
close
There
my eyes
is
until next
no.
year. There is no draft this year. That's all. For me, there is no draft this year.
Yeah, we don't know our position in the main league. Well, I mean, we have Disney. We have Disney, and there is a draft. Just because you don't hold your first pick doesn't mean there isn't a draft. Let's be honest. That's
my first pick is 18 picks in.
That's okay. You're still in it. You're still in it.
Yeah.
You're still in it, and these are still people that are going to help your team. Even at 18 picks deep, you could find some gold, I'm sure. So, what do you?
Telling myself to not try to.
Yeah.
Let's call it like it is.
Your
first pick is mine.
Yes, yes, it is. That's okay.
Well,
I'm just glad that it's running back rich, so I might have an opportunity at.
Dude, it's so rich.
At the end of the second.
It's finally, but there's only one Genty, guys. There's only one.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean,
there are so many running backs I like, and I'm like, oh, I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that, and I'm like, I don't know. It's gonna have to fall to me, and we'll see where it lies.
You should use
all to you, but you have a lot of picks. Yeah, you go a lot of
all 5 of your first picks on running backs. Yeah.
I should do that.
That's a me move. I would totally blow them all on running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no wide receivers. It'd be like
it's out there for sale.
Oh yeah, it'd be like running back. Oh yeah. Getting that itch to me. I see what you're doing.
You could get the running back.
Pass it along.
The running back.
You guys are really good salesmen. I like it. You guys, when you work together, you're like, let's pitch it to John. We can get him to buy this pick. Yeah. I'm sure that's a pretty high pick, and I'm good. I know that's probably too rich for my blood, so. But I'm curious. I'm always curious. But, so. All right. Today, let's see. I didn't open the doc. I'm just.
Basically, the Lions got murdered as if by Hercules and have been gutted all over the NFL.
Gutted.
America's team is traveling all over America.
Well, they're traveling home first because,
they're staying in the north.
We lost. Yeah. So. They're going home.
They're staying in the north.
Yeah, so. Well, I mean, I've seen some quotes, and Ben Johnson said he really enjoyed.
Oh,
He wanted to beat the Packers. He wants to beat the Packers twice a year. That one made me, yeah, I liked that comment.
Oh, man. And then on top of that, he also said, man, I wanted to really compete in this division. You've got Dan Campbell and you've got AOC. He's just like, it's just such a strong division, leaving out the Packers again. He just had dig after dig after dig. And then on top of that, DJ Moore, he cut his vacation short, left his family, came back just to be there to greet Ben Johnson when he came into the building.
I saw him sitting front row next
he
to
is.
Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze, and Cole Kmet sitting front row ready for Ben Johnson. And then I'm like, yeah, you all are happy. These are children on Christmas, like, give me.
Oh, they're ready to sit on Santa Claus's lap right now, let me tell you.
Right? Yeah. That's,
Taylor said that after he got the call, he was screaming in his car in excitement on the freeway. And I was driving, and I was screaming in my car.
Well, you
Poor
know.
guy probably chipped a nail, too.
Yeah.
Likely punching the top.
So
Right,
DJ Moore got so excited, he also changed his avatar to Shadow from Sonic, which is the guy who kicks both Sonic and Knuckles' butt in the movie.
Knuckles, yeah, interesting. Okay.
So he's
let's
ready.
see.
He's ready.
Let's see. All right. Well, let's kick off our news. We've already been sitting here talking about half of it, so let's just jump into it.
All right.
That was just point number 3.
Oh yeah. Well,
So let's finish off with the Chicago Bears news. While we're at it, Ben Johnson took with him
Mario's all over the map. He's like, I'm taking what I want. Fuck number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting with number 3 today. All right, here we go.
Yeah, all right. There you go.
We are already throwing it out there. So he took the O-line coach with him.
No, that's a hard one. That's brutal.
I like it.
The O-line coaches are so underrated in this league.
Yes, they are.
Especially, for the Lions, that was their heart.
Ben Johnson's offense go. Yeah. Like, so that makes sense that he would bring him along. That's setting himself up for the most success as possible. And I just
setting him up for that.
That Dan Campbell has seen the writing on the wall that he's going to be losing all of these and kind of set up, a succession plan within the Lions would be. Because if you bring in somebody outside that hasn't been part of that culture for that time with the players and the growing experience,
it takes time to meld and mesh.
It's going to be hard if they bring something else and the players aren't going to accept them. So that's what's great about having a culture like that is, but it's also rough having a culture like that, because if that guy doesn't fit, then the players aren't going to buy in for shit.
Well, the O-line coach, Frank starts with an H afterward. He's becoming the OC for Ben Johnson. So they're going to be working closely together, making sure their whole offense gels. So he gets a big promotion going to Chicago.
I saw that article.
Yeah, and then
you come in with people that you like, though, and it's just you got a game plan of what you've set, and I think that's kind of leading into why Liam Cohen was like, "Hey, I got to get out," because he wasn't part of the game plan when Ben Johnson stepped in.
Oh man, yeah, and then they said the Raiders almost had Ben Johnson, but He told them, look, you don't have a QB, so it's going to be a lot harder.
Right, and they were courting him, Tom Brady.
So he said, if I come here, he said, I will come here, but if I come here, I want $16 million.
Ooh.
And then the Raiders said, we don't have that in our budget. And so then he went back to Chicago and went, that's fine. Like I said, it was going to be a struggle if I went to the Raiders, but it'd be worth the money. But he likes what they're doing culture-wise with their organization. But Chicago's been working on their culture. They've been working on the player groups.
That's a price tag to throw, though. $16 million.
But
make it worth my while, he said.
But hey, I'm surprised that the Raiders didn't take it. Completely honest. Right now, they're currently paying what, 4 head coaches? So
yes, they are.
It doesn't shock me.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why they're not doing
$100 million a year for their head coach over the next 3 years.
True.
Well, that's what they said too. Is that especially after the stadium construction and stuff, their ownership is cash poor right now. And so that's why he sold chunks of the ownership to Brady and to the other group, because they don't have it's not part of the salary cap to pay your coaches, and they're handing over money right now.
Oh well, fuck, dude! And when they first did it to Gruden, it was like, holy crap, that's a big contract. And then to let him go out of it and to still have to pay him, that was the first coach. So.
Yeah,
just watching it go from there. From there.
That was a 10-year, $100 million.
10-year, $100 million contract. Yeah. Yep.
We'll be paying for another 5 years.
But this started the conversation I was having about bad contracts, and we've seen a lot of bad contracts. Coach, and player.
Yeah.
Of like really bad for the. Hey, they got it to the point they earned it. It was like the Albert Hainsworth. That was the one that I. Brought up the
Albert.
Yeah,
you imagine how much more money he would have made if he actually tried all of the time.
If he cared, just a little bit of, He got his paycheck, and that's like, I don't care anymore.
Yep.
He put his feet up.
Well, I mean, he only produced that 1 year, which is his contract year. He had great draft stock, so that helped him. And then he tried for 1 year out of his career and made that monster contract, and then just cruised. And it's like, dude, you could have had like 3 of those monster contracts.
Yeah.
If you just put the work in, but
a Hall of Fame jacket to go with it. Yeah. A legendary career. People be saying your name next to somebody like J.J. Watt. I mean, like. Come on.
Ooh, yeah, we'll talk work ethic at the end here.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's see. Our what was the first one? Falcons announced.
Yeah.
They named former Jets interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich as their new defensive coordinator. I like that. Let's see how he does.
Yeah. You're seeing people get opportunities in new places. That's kind of interesting. Some of them are good. Some of them are a little bit of head scratchers, but and some you cry over. And this next one, it's Liam Cohen is now the Jags head coach.
I'm still holding out.
So
they're just working up the contract.
Let's discuss the Jags drama. A little bit, right? A little bit.
Well, I'm more sad just because he left the Bucs. I don't give a fuck about the Jags, but yeah, let's hear. I need some kind of like drama drop.
But it's really bad for the Buccaneers, so
I'm conflicted. Oh no, we suck again.
Yes. And poor Baker, 3 years ago. His whole career, he had different OCs every year, at least.
Yeah. This is how I felt before, and I was like this a year or two ago, saying, "Oh no, we suck. This is bad," and you guys were spinning me around. So we'll figure it out. We always find our way. We're a good team. I'm not worried about it. Come on, guy.
It's a solid culture throughout the Buccaneers, which is why I joined this pirate ship. Because
welcome to the crew. Yeah.
So I'm bummed. I am bummed.
Yeah, we go through people, right? We go through people. That's the thing. But I mean, at the same time,
because our heart's with them, their family, right? You want them to do well, but you're sad to see them go. You're especially sad that we're gonna have to make them look bad every now and then.
Oh, we're definitely gonna make them look bad. And the funny thing is, I was reading into the comments of like The actual thing, the tag that came in, it was like, gave us this. He got signed as head coach, and I went down. The first comment was like, "Well, he's gonna be fired in 2 years." Oh, yeah, probably, but
Trent Baalke's no longer there.
Yep.
yeah,
So-
yep. They are, and if that's
He's
very
the-
helpful because you're fighting against him. He was constantly fighting against his coach. So
They said since PFF opened, there have been 11 coaches fired within 1 year of their hiring, and Trent Baalke was responsible for 9 of them, I think.
Dang.
So
wow,
he literally gets coaches fired. That's all he does. And so, if you're starting out and this is your one shot, would you want to go there?
holy crap! I didn't know that. Oh my goodness! So like you just don't you don't do anything. You don't check people. You're just like, fuck it, yeah, whatever. We take whatever.
His nicknames were Wormtongue and Littlefinger
Dang.
behind his back. So, yeah, he kisses ass and shows all kinds of spreadsheets to the owners, which the billionaires who run businesses, they can understand. A lot of the businesses and billionaires who own these teams, they're not actually. Football can be extremely lucrative, and that's why they own it. He's like, don't worry, I got you covered, and he gives them all kinds of spreadsheets, constantly showing them how they're improving, and the fan base is like,
the data. Yeah.
exactly, you're manipulating data, and you're really fucking us in the face.
That's ridiculous. We have discussed this. I mean, football it's a money thing, and they make money decisions. When we sit here and we're like, why aren't they doing this? And they do something else, and we're like, okay, well, they're making money decisions while we're thinking of winning, right? But here, I think the more you win, the fucking more you win, more money you get. But am I wrong?
That's true, because like they said, Kansas City is a small market. However,
they're they're one of the richer teams right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, but
win
don't jump to their locker room. You won't think that looking at their weight room.
No, of course not. But then we've seen the grades. Remember the grades handed out at the beginning of the year? We should be going back and looking at those things.
After this last year where the Cardinals were rated as like the worst team.
Yes.
They made some changes. Like they're actually giving players free food now rather than
that was the thing when they were making them charge for food oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were like, all our vending machines charge us money for stuff that we should have on the regular.
They got charged in the cafeteria, and then they complained that the food that they were paying for was even shitty. So apparently they got a new chef and they stopped charging for
school cafeteria food.
First year, exactly.
Kansas City is not much better. And you know what Kansas City's response was to their extremely low grades on all of their facility stuff?
They posted a picture of fucking Taylor Swift and said, "Don't worry about it." Wow.
No, they said they sent a bill to the city and said, "Hey, we want you to make these improvements to our facility, and if not, we're gonna fucking leave across the other state line to a new location."
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yes, they did.
Did they pay? I gotta know.
And
Did they pay?
City put it on the ballot for the taxpayers to pay for the
No way.
renovation.
Yeah, people aren't voting for that.
They did not. Vote
Yeah, there's no way it gets voted. That's the way it gets voted in. People aren't going to fucking vote.
Billionaires do not pay for their own shit.
Yeah.
Hell no, they don't.
We'll see how it goes. I don't think there would be.
So after this Super Bowl, we may actually see Kansas City change cities.
And actually be in Kansas City.
That's what they're proposing.
Wow. Wow. That's something. That's something.
Back to
Bold.
Liam Cohen, though, and the Jaguars. I really, really wish him the best. I hope. I think Trevor Lawrence was so used to winning that after the What was his name from college that came over and ruined everything?
Oh, the
Uh,
Urban Meyer. Yeah, Urban
yeah,
Meyer.
when
Yeah.
the Urban Meyer experience ruined Trevor Lawrence to get him used to losing,
It totally.
and I
Yeah.
and I think he's just used to losing now, and he just is like you see these quarterbacks who are inspired and drive their team and really and I see that he has all the talent and he just doesn't have a flame under his ass.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see
And
uh I would love to see Liam Cohen just put that fire, just light that up again.
A
And
good way is to draft a new quarterback. That usually does it.
yeah,
well,
he
I
could
mean, you
for
look at
competition, sure.
the
Yeah.
offenses that he's been forced to run, and the offense that he ran at Georgia is more complicated than these offenses that he's been running in the NFL, and so
Mhm.
it's hard to keep that fire going when you know that the product that you're putting out is shit and you have no say in it. Like,
True.
so I
Yeah,
But we
think that
can't simplify it down to like a
more,
Madden book. That's too simple. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
mean,
but
if
having
he
a more
doesn't
creative
understand,
offensive coordinator in a modern NFL offense that gives you more options, you're going to have more fun, so you're going to be a little bit more
yeah,
hey,
invested.
I'm
I
not
hear
against
that.
that.
I
Yeah.
And that's
hear
what
that,
my
but
hope is. I'm
but
not saying
but
that's going to happen, but that's how I see it hopefully happening. If they're successful, I
but
think
look at
that'll be a
Thomas
good reason
Jr.
why.
Who fed him the ball?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who fed him the ball? Who like
The guy
like,
that kicks everybody in the balls. What's his name? I can't even remember his name. He's just the ball
Mac
kicker.
fucking
Oh, that's what
Jones
Mac Jones.
did a
Yeah.
better job QBing over there.
Yeah, because all he did is throw it up to Brian Thomas Jr. That's all he did.
Well, you
And
know what you've got on your team. I'm sorry.
but I think Mac
As a Brian
Jones
Thomas Jr. owner in Dynasty, I do not object to this, and I hope
Mac
that Liam
Jones
Cohen builds
wanted
his
to
offense
win.
around that. Yeah.
Mac Jones wanted to win.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's got his resume out on every snap. He wants to start again. Trevor Lawrence,
Mario's got a point. I see
I
that. I see that.
I don't
I don't see it. I don't see the fire under Trevor Lawrence. I think I have to agree with
yeah.
that he just doesn't care. This
I
is the
agree.
Albert Hainsworth. I don't care anymore. I got my money, right?
So I think
I
I
just
think
think
what
it's
he
a
needs is that
different
fire.
reason. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
So
It
I
could be.
totally agree.
It could be he's not meshing with the offenses. He doesn't like what he's being proposed, and
I mean, I wouldn't have a fire if I hated going to work every day too.
Right.
That's my argument on that of why. But I totally
no,
agree.
I get
And
the
I'm
why. I'm
hoping
just saying
that
that's a
it
root
can
of the
come
problem.
back.
true.
Yeah.
But these guys get to play football. This is something we love and dream, and we talk about all the time. This is football,
Yeah,
and they're paid millions, stupid money to do this.
When
Yeah.
you're living that life, sometimes you need a reminder that this was your dream job. Like
Yeah,
when you're,
I
you're,
I
you're
think
in the
they forget
grind
that.
every
I
day.
think they forget that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They lose the humble. They're not. They need to be humble because they get the price tags. They get the money. They think, hey, I was listening to this fucking bullshit the other day about Cam Newton saying how he has 8 kids and he needs money and he doesn't feel like Superman anymore and he like he can't take care of his kids. Well, dude, for one, you had 8 kids. 2, you sucked in your career. You could have done so much better if you cared a little more instead of just wanting to stand up and, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
be a fucking team player. Like, that guy was never a team player, and you saw it in him. Like, the panic, put a person in a situation, and you see what they truly are, right?
He was a phenomenal talent in a sport
Absolutely.
where you cannot do it by yourself.
Oh,
I mean, Superman is an apt name. Like
Yeah, it
top
yeah.
10 of
It
the
is.
Justice League and stuff. He's a loner.
Yeah.
No, it's fitting, but he played so well
Justice
during his
League.
time period. Yeah, no, he played so well during his time period. But
Yeah.
you watch him now, and he's just complaining about how he's not, he doesn't have money, or he doesn't have money to take care of his family, and it's like,
Dude, the XFL would
manage
take him.
yourself. Yeah.
Dude,
No,
sign
but
up for a
much
huge
insurance costs for a
paycheck in the
Lamborghini?
XFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Exactly,
I would take. I don't know if I would take him. And I was the guy that held him for both my back-to-back championships. Right now, I'm watching him on a TV show, and I don't know if I would take him right now. I'm watching what he's doing on this TV show.
Dude, him and RG3 should go to the XFL.
Dude,
and they do
RG3
really
needs
well.
RG3 needs to get back out there throwing the ball somewhere, anywhere. Just stop talking to people and behind a counter and go throw a ball. He does.
Oh, he's not talking to people behind the counter anymore. He got fired.
Yeah, he got let go from
true.
ESPN. Yeah, yeah, but he is doing. Yeah, I think he's doing something. He's doing a podcast or something else. I saw something come across my feed of RG3, and I'm like, yeah, goodbye, and I swiped off.
Hence why ESPN fired him.
Yeah. So, all right.
Betting of Detroit here.
We
hire.
Hey, wait! What do I not get any news? You guys are just gonna 1, 2, 3, and 4 it here.
Oh, okay. Go for
I'm not here.
Going 1, 4.
I thought you could Liam Cohen.
I know, but he. Oh, did I do Liam Cohen? I did do
Yeah.
Liam Cohen. Oh shit! I did do Liam.
We wouldn't do that
My
to you.
apologies. My apologies.
We don't do people dirty like that here.
Hey, well, I don't know. Someone just jumped from 3 to 1.
Okay.
Someone jumped from 3 to 1. Yeah. He's like, I'm taking Ben Johnson. That shit's my news. Want to be a Bears fan, buddy? I gotta know. I'm asking the person behind me. Who wants to know.
He should have the next one too. He was like,
Take it. Take it. I have thoughts on this. Take it.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. So we're doing Aaron Glenn pros and cons. John's got the cons. I got the pros. Right. So.
Go take it away. Take it away.
The Lions limped on through most of the season, and Aaron Glenn made them look like a hurt animal in a corner that would just fuck you up if you came close, until the very end when the final cornerback dropped and they just could not do enough to stop the Commanders. That was an awesome performance all season long, and that earned him his dream job. Yeah, let that sink in just a sec.
I'm waiting.
This was his dream job.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
To be the Jets head coach because they drafted him, and he saw what Dan Campbell did for the Lions, and he had the same feeling for the Jets and wanted to bring that same success to them. And I'm like, you've got ties. You've got ties everywhere you want, and you want to go to the Jets. But cool, man. You do you. And that was his target. I'm glad that the Jets didn't get their first option, but he was definitely their second option. They went through, they discussed things. He's worked with every major winning head coach. His whole what's it called? Resume is ridiculous, and everyone he's ever worked for or with says that man is all football all day, serious as a heart attack, and he's gonna make a killer head coach one day. So good on him. I hope everyone's right. He wants to right the ship. The Lions said he is the biggest piece to their culture outside of Dan Campbell, and they're going to see this as their biggest hit. And so can't wait to see what he does in the Jets.
I will agree to the fact that I cannot wait to see what he does with the Jets.
Yeah. Okay. As an NFL fan, I don't want any team to get blown over. I want to see some. I want to see some freaking fist fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see some gimmies, some blowovers, whatever.
No.
I want to see them go to the tar and just wail on each other game
I want to
after
see
game.
back and forth. Yeah.
I don't want to know who's going to the Super Bowl from the very beginning. So let's mix this crap up and make every team better.
Yeah, but it's also nice when certain teams that you hate just always get murdered. That's just.
Oh, I'm not talking about our division.
That's
fuck
beautiful.
Our division.
Like, watching the Patriots over the last couple years has just kind of, been good.
Nice. Yeah. But they were on top for too many years.
It's just, nice to see that happen. Raiders. This is where the Raiders belong. I don't want them.
Hey.
This is why I'm excited about the next bit of news.
Dude,
no, I'm with you. I think I think
I do like it.
I think Tom Brady. No, I'm not here to. I think Tom Brady is meddling a little much. I think he's a micromanager, and I think he's going to hurt the Raiders a little bit. And I'm kind of excited for this.
I kind of had the same thought. I was like, he's a very good player. But you look
phenomenal
that he worked with without him. They have not done very well. And so, but their hire, which John, you should read the next bit of news since I've been skipping around a little bit.
Wait, no. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Raiders expect to hire Buccaneers assistant GM Spytek as the GM, replacing Tom Telesco, which we think is phenomenal. They need to get rid of Tom Telesco.
Oh, yeah.
And we're a little sad to lose. We are all sad to lose Spytek. Oh, absolutely.
So did you hear what they said?
Nothing's official, though, right? Nothing's official?
No, it's official.
No.
Yeah,
is it official?
It is official, yes.
Yeah, it's done. It was done yesterday. Yeah. This one hurts, too.
So, good for the Raiders, because they let Tom Telesco go. He
had
4 phenomenal rounds in last year's super deep draft. And they said historically from round 4 and on, he ranks the bottom of any GM since they started recording stats in the 80s.
Well, that was where they mispicked the wrong player, if I'm correct.
So he in the top 100, his picks were exactly as you would expect the top player, and it seems he didn't do enough research and was shooting from the hip on everything else. And so the Chargers and everything after all this data comes out, you see what you get. You get phenomenal first couple rounds, and after that, it's a crapshoot. It is not. The ones who really capitalize make everything. That's when you take a flyer on a small school but highly productive player, or something like that. When you're in rounds 6 and 7. Maybe even 5, and he didn't do his research or his team or whatever, and so for them to go to a real GM prospect that this guy should be awesome because he came from our family, that's good for them. And every bit that makes Patrick Mahomes' road harder, I'm good for.
Well, this isn't part of the news that's listed, but D'Amico Ryans is filing a formal complaint / lawsuit for the league because of what the refs, of the way that game was called.
Oh, because all of them got fined too. On top of that,
yeah.
So did you see that?
Really?
Joe Mixon was fined $25,000 for comments. And when they sent him the comments, he was able to trace back the tweet that wasn't him, and said, "What the hell?" He's like, "You bet I'm calling my lawyers. This is bullshit. When you're getting fined for shit you didn't even do."
Yeah. And the blatant hip drop tackle on Dalton Schultz.
The hip drop,
he literally broke his leg last season with that kind of tackle. He's one of the big reasons him and Mark Andrews why they changed that rule.
Yep.
Is because there've been so many, and that the tackle on him was like textbook. This is a hip drop tackle, and there was nothing that was done. And the roughing the passer. interferences with Patrick Mahomes when he's like dropping at the last second and they're like running into each other. Those should be
Dude.
roughing the passer calls. Like and even like Brady and the announcers are calling it out and saying this is a bad
No.
call. This
When
isn't
you
supposed
have
to be like that,
announcers pointing it out in multiple games,
And
yeah.
then after
Definitely.
the game, that now that these things have been come up, the head referee of that game has been suspended. So like, there's all of this stuff that's going on, and D'Amico Ryans is like, yeah, I'm gonna add fuel to that fire. I'm coming out with a formal complaint / lawsuit because that was so badly called. People are just tired of those calls going Kansas City's way all the time. It's just bullshit.
It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
It's like there's a referendum to like protect the face of the league, i.e. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. He's the new Brady. They want him to have the three-peat. They want him to beat Brady, so they got to get him to 7 Super Bowls. And
all right, now I've never been a Brady fan until he came to Tampa Bay.
Yep.
But I give Brady a shit ton more credit than Mahomes as far as
look at the hits he's taken.
Else.
Yeah.
Because he came into the NFL when the NFL was still a very physical league when it came to quarterbacks too.
Yep.
So this like flopping that
Brady
Mahomes
is
and Allen do
pissed
is
watching
like,
the tape.
come on.
Come on. He was in the division of Revis Island. Of course he fucking
Dude, and then also look at Justin Fields. Watch any game from 2 years ago when he was still with the Bears.
Yeah.
And the amount of hits he took and the late hits he took, and none of that was called.
Yep. He took a lot of hits too.
If I don't mind
more
if a ref calls shit, just call shit equal.
Yeah.
That's all we
has
ask.
to be, but it's
That's all
not.
we ask.
It's not though. They're protecting the Chiefs. It's like,
yeah. If you want to protect the quarterback, but protect all the quarterbacks.
All of
and
them.
do it the same. And that's all I ask.
I agree.
If you drop it at the last moment for a slide, it's fair game.
If the league is evolving this way, sure, we gotta do whatever for player safety, whatever. But do it the same. You're getting people getting laid out, annihilated on shit that should not be happening, and it's not being called. And then Patrick Mahomes
are getting away
with
murder. The Chiefs are getting away with murder.
I mean, it's
they
because
should not be where they are.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of it that, like, the way that officiating has gone. So now those that are smart take advantage of that. Like, as soon as the quarterback gives himself up, that's when the play ends. So then he's getting fouled because he's literally, like, running, looking to pick his way through the defense, and then he's like, I'm done, and then falls down. And at that point, as he's falling, he's getting hit, and then they're like, he gave himself up. I think that's bullshit. No. Give yourself up before you're surrounded by defenders that are already
when you're running
100 miles an hour, Like when you got that, you're down. If that's what you're gonna do, give it. And that's why I really actually appreciate Baker, because when he's running, he's running.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude. He gives it his all. I fucking love Baker Mayfield, dude. Oh, I love it.
The only one as nuts as Baker. Okay, two people as nuts as Baker Mayfield are Josh Allen.
Yep.
And fucking Will Levis. And both those guys, God love them. Are they exciting to watch? Hell
I gotta
yeah.
do this for
All
a
three of
second.
them.
I gotta do this for a second because Josh Allen is sitting right there in my wife's closet. I'm sorry. Gotta do it. She fucking loves him. I mean,
dude. But no one flops more than Josh Allen, and he should get a penalty for that.
Yeah,
but
a little bit.
He also does not shy away from the contact.
Yeah. He takes hits.
When he's talking shit to the players after the play and they touch him, that's when Josh Allen flops. When he's running, he's running too.
Oh yeah. And so that there should be a rule about the line of scrimmage. If you pass the line of scrimmage, it should be fair game.
No,
I mean, I don't.
You're running. You set yourself. I liked the old rule.
Yourself up for sliding. That's fine, but like, get the yardage and get down and slide. Don't wait till they're about to tackle you before you decide to slide. I don't think that should be a penalty. You know, if you didn't get down in time, that's your fault. That's not the
Yep.
defender's fault.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I like the the old rule of when you cross the line of scrimmage and you are holding the ball, you're a runner, and you
Yep,
now
you
take
are.
the hit of a runner. You're not that quarterback. You put yourself in that
choosing to be a
position.
running back.
You
Yeah.
choose to put yourself out there. This is why those running backs have those leg injuries, and they put
Or-
themselves in the running back position. Do not do it.
Or you do the same thing that D-line did for Baltimore, and you just drop a knee, which is so obvious, instead of sliding for extra yardage.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Because it's the defense's job to stop you from getting as much yardage as possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't fault them for that.
Can't.
No, they're going to hit you. They're going to hit you and drag you back. They're going to pull you. They're going to drag you backwards because that's their fucking job, is to stop you from moving forward and to take you backwards. That's
and
exactly
we don't want
what
to
their
take
job
that
is.
out of the NFL.
Fuck no.
We need that in the NFL.
No,
It would change football
they're
too much.
softening it's softening the sport. That's what it is. It's already becoming a soft sport. I mean, it is. But player health is very important, and since we were kids and younger, I mean, it's not the same. It can't be the same sport from then because hey, CTE is a real thing, and all sports recognize this. So.
The coordinators are too smart. Where it is an exciting ass chess match, and I enjoy it.
Exactly. And you know what? That's what it's about, is really good playbooks. And what do you bring to the table? What does your brain say we could do today? Like, hey, I got something that may work. I'm going to pull a play out of my ass that let's try something. And it's when it works. That's the shit we want to see. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you.
Nerds and meatheads alike. How are you going to counter this with that? Period. And just watch it unfold. That's what we want to see. So
because it's watching those plays. It's the first time you see someone, we throw it over here and he pitches it back and then he throws it downfield and we're all like, what did he just do? Did that just happen? Like, interception flicker. Yeah. Blame the wide receiver. He just do the thing.
That's when you're in fantasy and you aren't paying attention and you're like, why the fuck does my receiver have -2? What is that?
Why does he have an interception? He's not a quarterback.
How did Jameson Williams get an interception? What happened there?
That's right. Yeah. -2.
And this is why we love the sport. So, hey, I haven't pointed this out yet, but the name of the episode is All Hail the King, Mario. And we haven't praised you yet this episode, so Mario.
Oh, this episode,
yeah. Daniel, we have to praise our king.
All hail Zeus.
The slow clap. You gave the slow clap. I gave him a solemn bow. So all right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all you get out of me today. So, okay, moving on. Take us on to number 6, Mario, if you're up.
Okay. So, the Patriots have hired Mike Vrabel as head coach. Big surprise, right? And even bigger surprise. Who's his OC?
No.
The man that could only be. I mean, it's his only job that he can fit for. It's like, this is your puzzle piece. You only do this.
And who could be their defensive coordinator?
Let me hear.
Terrell Williams.
Yeah, shocker.
So not a shocker. Are we re-erecting what we hope to be a Patriots dynasty once again? Yes, Robert Kraft hopes so. I think they're going to be relevant again. I think everyone over here stays in their lane and knows their place. and that is what Patriots win.
Daniel, man, I saw Daniel shake his head a little. I think I'm with Daniel in this. They're not going to be relevant. I'm not sure if that was the right word, but
dude, I do think they're going to be.
They're going to have a good defense.
Their defense is going to be phenomenal.
Yep, it'll be a really good defense.
Maybe it's just because he can't handle the responsibilities of a head coach to motivate his players, which has been the biggest gripe for Josh McDaniels in Denver and in Vegas. So I guess
yeah.
if he stays at OC, there's a possibility of success because that's the place that he has been successful.
Mhm. Well,
But without
you have a niche.
Belichick and without
Yeah.
Brady, I just don't have confidence.
Well, see,
in
that's
Josh
the name that did it. Is
Oh,
that
I think-
second name? That second name.
Yeah, when you've got
I think
somebody
it
that's
was
smarter
Ryan.
than you as a quarterback and who's
Mhm.
doing your job for you, basically.
Who's coaching for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing it all on the field. He
Yeah.
didn't need you at all. He
That's-
did it himself.
And that's
I
why
think
why they love each other, because Josh McDaniels is like, you got this, keep making me look good, and Brady's like,
Yeah.
fucking do what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, he doesn't have a good quarterback to do that anymore. So you got to actually coach. So
Well, Drake May was pretty good this year, but
but he's no Tom Brady. So
sell.
No, I think the Patriots are going to actually be fantasy relevant this year.
Okay. So
Maybe
I don't think they're going to win the division.
oh gosh, no.
And with the
They
with
don't
the
even be
Jets,
second. They may not even be second. I'll
with
say
the
that.
Jets hiring Aaron
Yeah, that's what I
Glenn
said. That is
and
Mhm.
Buffalo, I don't think they're going to be second. I think the
Yes.
Jets are going
Thank you.
to outshine them.
Thank
and
you.
it's going to be Buffalo going like, oh, fuck, we actually have real contention within our own division next year. Not this coming year, but the following year. And the Patriots, I mean, they're going to be annoying, like a little sister or something like that.
So do you think the Patriots are going to do better than the Dolphins next year?
Ooh.
That's a damn good question because I love Josh McDaniels, but
I think those two are going to be the bottom of the division next year, possibly.
I think they're going to constantly fight for who has the bottom bunk.
Yeah, but who do you think
Well, I
is still
mean,
going to pull it out?
I don't think you're going to have Tyreek Hill.
I
Let's
think
be
the
honest.
Tyreek Hill-less Dolphins
No.
might be a little bit better because he's bringing them down this last season.
He
Dude,
kind of does. He kind of does.
Dude, Josh McDaniels does not mince words. And he told him at the end of last season, what are we even paying you for if you can't make those catches?
Mm-hmm.
And then this season, he goes, he gave up on his team. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think
he made the
be
whole
better
team
next
look
year.
bad because he
Yeah.
didn't put in the homework when Tua was out.
The guy wants to have more kids than touchdowns. That's about it. That's what it is,
Dude,
right?
he almost got McDaniels fired because he wasn't willing to do homework when his head quarterback was out.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't.
fucked
He
up.
was like, two was
Mhm.
out.
That's
Why are
fucked
we
up,
even
dude.
trying? Yeah, he's at the end of his career, diva receiver, and they just see.
But a diva that,
and
yeah.
it's time to be out of the league.
Well, I don't like divas. That's why I'm
Dude,
you know what? Talent is there, but I really can't stand that mental capacity of a diva.
I just feel like
the
he's
best thing-
got his Antonio Brown moments coming up. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
the next
for
2 years
sure.
He's gonna bounce around, and there's gonna be just all sorts of gnarly
Porn star coming out. Yep.
The
Yeah.
best thing he could do is quit and go to the Kansas City Chiefs on cheap.
Go.
Grovel.
Go get a.
Andy, I'm sorry.
grovel,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry, Andy.
I'm
I want a
sure
Super Bowl, and I'll give you a Super Bowl.
he's heard the same thing over and over again from people who criticize him and go, you
You
can't
never should have left.
leave a winning franchise for money and then complain about not winning.
Absolutely. Right? Oh my goodness. Yep.
So, yeah.
But when you take that money, that's what you get. You play with a shitty team.
Yeah.
You choose that bunk that you laid in. It's whatever, right? That's...
I don't
So
think
now-
Miami's that shitty. I think you
Oh,
feed
no.
who you have to feed. Who you
So
have to
now-
No,
feed.
I don't think they're
they're tired.
shitty, but I mean, it is.
I mean-
let's see, it's Tua. It's Tua.
Their entire defensive line are coming off of some sort of torn ligaments in their knees.
Yeah.
So, like, that's those players aren't playing anywhere near what they're capable of doing. Also, like, it was
Yeah.
a bad year for Miami. So, but this is
yeah.
what I'm saying.
And
So
they lost
if
Wilkins.
the Patriots are not going to be better than Miami in that division next year, then you're saying that there's going to be a relevant competitive team that is going to be in the bottom of their division, which isn't a very good division to begin with.
Yep.
So how is that going to make them relevant?
No. Fantasy relevant.
Ah.
I said
well, it is
fantasy
a
relevant.
fantasy. It is a fantasy podcast. So, all right,
Well,
we get
you
it.
know.
We understand. Didn't
Yeah.
understand. I don't think we caught that from the start, though. I missed that part too. Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see. If they take Tet McMillan, then they might be fantasy relevant because they need a better wide receiver at this point. So
Or I don't know how the hell Polk and Baker were actually talked to, and what assignments they were given or what, because everything they were good at in college, they seem to suck at in the pros.
Mhm.
And you don't see regression like that unless it's the coaching.
Yes
Yeah,
and no.
but-
Yes and no.
I mean, he's
What's
still
that?
you still add Tet McMillan at like what are they 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Like 6'5", his production, his numbers, the things that are coming about at that kid, like you pick
Mhm.
that player.
Yeah.
He's not going to be as good. He's not as good as a prospect as Marvin Harrison or Malik Neighbors and stuff like that. But in this draft, he is
He's
by
gonna be the
far
top guy.
the best
Yeah,
wide
yeah.
receiver, and that is the biggest
he is.
deficiency on your team.
Mhm.
Pick him up, and then
Not every
the other
year has
guys
a
happen to
neighbors.
be
Right?
But
corrected because
here's
of coaching, then holy shit, look at the 3 wide receiver core. That would be awesome. And I could see your argument of them being fantasy relevant if those are the things that that happen. But
I
I
hear
It
what
takes
you're
a little
saying.
bit to get to that point, though. I
Yeah.
don't think they're there yet.
I hear what you're saying. However,
Yeah. However,
I, as the head coach coming in, Mike Vrabel, would want to see tape, talk to the players, and see what the hell I have, because it's obvious the biggest hole they have is offensive line in a not very deep draft class for
Yeah.
offensive line.
Mhm.
And at that high position, you might be able to take the very best one, which could be a solid starter for you, which could protect your quarterback, your greatest asset you have right now.
Yeah, but you
Yeah, they
might
got 2
be
of them.
better off going in the free agency or something like that to fill your line that route,
So
and
there's
then
that
you go
too.
wide receiver route. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
And
he's going to go out and get his A.J. Brown. He has A.J. Brown stolen from him when he's in Tennessee. He's going to go get his A.J. Brown.
dude,
That's
do
my
you
thought.
see T. Higgins going that way?
No.
Okay.
I see
Okay.
T. Higgins staying in Cincinnati.
I think
Because-
all the
because
arrows point to him
Cincinnati's
staying there.
contingencies did not work out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. I heard
If-
at first I heard he was going to leave, and then I heard everything's been pointing to him staying. So
If
it could
if
be a
I were
surprise.
if I were Cincinnati, I would be shopping Burton to Pittsburgh and
Nobody wants
Losavas
Bird.
to the rest of the league, where they could
Yeah.
actually work with him, because it's actually a helpful teammate. And Burton, the only people who could do well with him is Tomlin. So
Nobody wants Bird.
Tomlin is the only people who can deal with that kind of receiver.
Hard nose. I like it.
Yeah.
Apparently, there
but
were like only 4
gifted
teams
as hell.
that didn't have Burton off of their board completely because of his off-the-field antics. And
Yeah.
Cincinnati were like, we got a good core here, and yet he's been nothing but trouble for them.
Yep.
Mm.
Off in the building and off the field.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going. I mean, they'll drop him and somebody will pick him up on waiver and put him on the practice squad and
Dude,
see what happens.
Get
But,
an extra 7th round pick from Pittsburgh so you don't drop him for nothing.
I don't know. I think Tomlin's like, I have enough divas on this team.
Dude, look at the wide
Mm.
receivers
Like,
in Pittsburgh
Pickens
right
won't
now.
block, and he walks half the time, and you know.
He could overtake Pickens no problem. And
Oh yeah.
that the lack
talent, yes,
the lack
but-
of talent in Pittsburgh might make him step it up, because when he went to Cincinnati, that was exactly the hope. That
Mhm.
dude, we have a true number one here that he can't compete with. And so he's going to get checked and he's going to fall in line. And then they were like, no, he's just an asshole.
Well, tape and talent, he was ranked in the first round.
Yeah.
So like of this last year's draft of the wide receivers that came out, which is really
That's
good.
a phenomenal class. So
But
yeah,
most people wouldn't even go near him, and so I don't know if any team's actually going to trade for him. I think they're just gonna.
He could be better than Ted McMillan, but like I said, I would be calling Pittsburgh to get something for him and sign T.
Pittsburgh needs something. Patriots need something. There's a few teams that need it, right?
I mean, that's
true, because you could trade him to the Patriots and be like, you guys are a hard-nosed group.
We were just talking.
Train him.
Vrabel, yeah, Vrabel'd be doing it.
Hell
I think.
yeah.
It's
I think
smarter
he'd
for
do fine.
Cincinnati to give him to Pittsburgh. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's cancer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Take it. You know,
that one's smarter for them.
You know?
Yeah, because you face him twice, and you know his weaknesses. You know how to handle them, and just walk up to the line and go, "Hey, you're an asshole." And he's like, "Fuck it." Set him
There
off.
are actually stories of Vrabel actually saying, "You sure you want to do this? You want to throw down right now?"
Well, he's a good guy. I mean, come on, yeah.
And offering to go to terms with them on his own contract field and send them to work afterward. So that's
Hard
that's
nose.
true.
Love it.
You got two places you could shop him to.
Absolutely.
To get
and they need it. They need it, and I think he can handle it. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know. All right, what's this Robert Saleh news before we close up for the evening?
Okay. Oh, that's not it. Okay, so Robert Saleh, he said he will not be hired as anything less than a head coach unless it's to the San Francisco 49ers, and he will return as their defensive coordinator. He has promised that he won't take a defensive coordinator job that isn't outside of San Francisco.
Interesting. Well,
good for him.
Yeah. Know your value. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one's actually
the veterans coming together and pulling Trent Richardson together and being like, "You're supposed to be a leader and you don't do shit."
Oh, you mean Anthony Richardson? Yes, Trent Richardson is no leader.
Well,
Trent Richardson is no leader. We know this. I know this firsthand knowledge.
Yeah,
dude.
Him and Cheeseburger Eddie.
Anthony Richardson, every single veteran on his team has mentioned how he failed them in his effort.
Absolutely.
He just doesn't put in like the rest of the team does, and he's supposed to be an example. And
he is supposed to be the head example.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of him, so the fact that I hear this, it just...
Dude.
It's what I believed. I never thought he was going to be a good quarterback.
They should trade for Trey Lance. They're about the same player.
Yeah. He's probably better, actually. Gross. All right. Well, thanks for marching with us. Tune in next week or the following week. We hope we have lots more news to just kind of BS about. We love talking football. Into the show. Hey, our giveaway never happened. I have not heard from CBS Sucks, by the way. We've let the whole month go. I haven't handed this thing out. So it goes to second winner now, which was Christine, and I have that review. She wrote a review, which was lovely.
Hey.
Reviews. Yeah. So, thank you for the review, by the way. And then, thank you for CBS Sucks. We're going to do another giveaway. So I hope that you write back in, because I would love to hand you something, because I really wanted to give you this jersey. And,
yeah,
that's a bummer. I was really wanting to hand it away to somebody.
We'll start talking prospects soon, and they'll have to tune in.
Yeah, well, we do this for the listeners, and it's everybody else's.
Senior Bowl's coming up. There's going to be a lot of relevant
news. So much stuff to talk, right?
Yeah.
So much stuff to talk. So
the risers looking for them.
All right, I finally found the review. The advice given was both informative and helpful. It was a nice assurance that I was making a decision on my offensive tags. I was given 50-50 on who to take on my defensive tags. Both Jonathan and Daniel gave their unbiased opinions and suggestions to go with their best player. The player was not on their beloved Buccaneers team. Hey, check that out. In the end, I went with my gut. Let's see if they were right. Sweet logo, by the way. Hey, all right.
Hey.
So, all right. Well, thanks a lot for listening. Write into the show. If anybody needs anything, we're here to talk. ffwc23@gmail.com. And as always,
Keep conquering.
Yes. Lightning bolts.
I can't crown Mario on this.
yeah. We'll get him a crown.
Yeah.
Power as their guide. Strategist with wisdom's might.
I can't wait till my rings show up.
Ooh, you got rings?
I did.
Yes.
I had to.
Fantasy and lore. The gods of war lead the charge once more.
Oh.